The city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia are heating up as the stars of the Nextel Cup Series come charging back to the south, with the season winding down and the battle for the championship on full boil. The Atlanta Motor Speedway always sizzles with excitement, but now the burner is turned on high. The chase for the championship is red hot, and EA Sports is proud to welcome you to the Golden Corral 500. EA Sports welcomes you to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This track has been a host to history. It is the home of many famous faces and famous races. Now, with just 4 races remaining in the chase for the championship, NASCAR comes to the swift mile-and-a-half track to continue the pursuit of the title. The Nextel Cup Series has returned for the Battle of Atlanta, and winning here makes tomorrow more than just another day. Get ready to take the green flag in the Bass Pro Shops MBNA 500. Hampton is just outside of Atlanta in the beautiful state of Georgia. Today, the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series rolls into town to deliver one of the most action-packed races of the season. EA Sports welcomes you to Atlanta Motor Speedway, where 43 cars are ready to do battle in today's race. So pull up a seat. The command is just moments away. EA Sports and the Atlanta Motor Speedway welcome you to Hampton, Georgia for tonight's running of the Atlanta 500. Race fans expect to see plenty of side-by-side high-speed action as the stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series prepare to do battle on this 1.5-mile track. Exciting last-lap battles and airtight finishes have become a trademark here at Atlanta, so pull those belts tight and get ready for a thrilling night of Nextel Cup racing. Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to Hampton, Georgia. The Atlanta Motor Speedway is proud to present this year's running of the NASCAR Busch Series Aaron's 312. It's a talented field on a popular track, so expect to see some of the fastest speeds of the season as these drivers chase the checkered flag on this 1.5-mile speedway. We're only moments away from the green flag action here in Atlanta. EA Sports welcomes you to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for today's running of the Aaron's 312 for the NASCAR Busch Series. Today, we expect to see the door-to-door racing action and fast speeds that have made this 1.5-mile track so popular. This speedway has a racing reputation second to none, famous for high speeds and multiple grooves, and of course, exciting last-lap battles are expected when you come to Atlanta. So pull those belts tight and get ready for another action-filled race. Hampton, Georgia is located just outside of Atlanta, here in the beautiful state of Georgia. Today, the NASCAR Busch Series rolls into town and will deliver one of the most anticipated races of the season. EA Sports welcomes you to Atlanta Motor Speedway as we get set for 43 cars to do battle in today's running of the Aaron's 312. So pull up a seat, but you probably won't use it. The command is just moments away. EA Sports and the NASCAR Busch Series makes a stop in Hampton, Georgia today as 43 drivers are strapped in and ready to go racing at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This track prides itself in providing the largest spectator and entertainment venue in the state of Georgia. One thing we can guarantee you today is that this track is filled with eager spectators and they will be entertained. Today, the Atlanta Motor Speedway will see 36 of the world's fastest trucks race around this 1.5-mile quad oval. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to Hampton, Georgia for today's running of the World Financial Group 200 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. The Truck Series is known for its rough and tumble style. Mix in this track's sparkling history of speed and last-lap tension, and you have an exciting recipe for racing. The trucks are lined up and the Grand Marshal is about to give the command as we get ready to start this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. It's safe to say that the Craftsman Truck Series is known for some aggressive driving. The Atlanta Motor Speedway is known for producing some of the fastest speeds of the season. That combination should prove to be the perfect match for the thousands of fans here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway as we prepare for today's running of the World Financial Group 200 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to Hampton, Georgia for today's race, and we're just moments away from the green flag. EA Sports and the Atlanta Motor Speedway would like to welcome you to Hampton, Georgia for today's running of the Easy Care Vehicle Service Contracts 200. One of the fastest tracks on the Craftsman Truck Series, Atlanta is a place known for fast speed and there is plenty of room for passing. So this should be another thriller right to the finish. Enjoy the race. The green flag is just moments away. The Craftsman Truck Series is well known for its door-to-door action. Today in Atlanta, we expect to see plenty of that as these drivers will be fighting for spots on one of the sport's fastest speedways. EA Sports welcomes you to sunny Hampton, Georgia for today's running of the Easy Care Vehicle Service Contracts 200. We expect to see lots of great racing action this afternoon. Hope you're ready because the green flag is just moments away. The Craftsman Truck Series is well known for its door-to-door action. Today in Atlanta, we expect to see plenty of that as these drivers will be fighting for spots on one of the sport's fastest speedways. EA Sports welcomes you to sunny Hampton, Georgia for today's race. We expect to see lots of great racing action. Hope you're ready because the green flag is just moments away. The road to the Nextel Cup Championship is both daring and demanding. Fast tracks, tight turns, and lots of traffic. Today it is all of that and more compressed into one tiny half mile. The Bristol Motor Speedway, the most electrifying half mile in motorsports. EA Sports saved you the best seat in the house for the Food City 500. Bristol, the biggest name in short track racing. This high-banked half mile is a tough place to get a win, but it's even a tougher place to get a ticket. EA Sports welcomes you to the most exciting short track race anywhere, the night race at Bristol, where 43 drivers will try to make their point in the Sharpie 500. EA Sports welcomes you to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the running of today's Sharpie Professional 250. At the start of today's race, nearly half of this track's half-mile surface will be taken up by these NASCAR Busch Series race cars. With track space at a minimum here at Bristol, we're sure to see some aggressive driving and our fair share of flared tempers. Here at Bristol, alliances can become grudges and heroes can drop to zeros in an instant. So what soap opera does Bristol have in store for us today? We won't have to wait long to find out. The command to start engines is just moments away. Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway as EA Sports presents today's running of the Food City 250. First opened in 1961, Bristol has played host to some of the sport's most exciting and heated races. This track has torn friendships and fueled rivalries for decades. Tonight's race should offer the same drama we've come to expect here at the world's fastest half mile. More than 100,000 fans are here today to see some of the best NASCAR Busch Series racing of the year here in Tennessee's Thunder Valley. Now, let's take you trackside for the most famous words in all of racing. EA Sports welcomes you to Bristol, Tennessee for today's NASCAR Busch Series race. Bristol, often referred to as the world's fastest half mile, is also one of the world's toughest. These drivers will be battling for position as they try to keep their fenders and their reputations clean while navigating this track's tight 36-degree corners. Here at Bristol, friendships will be tested and rivalries will grow even stronger. Flared tempers and flying parts make the races here at Bristol what American short track racing is all about. Now, let's go trackside as we get ready to wave the green flag on this event. EA Sports welcomes you to Thunder Valley as short track racing takes center stage as we get ready for the start of this NASCAR Busch Series event. Bristol Motor Speedway is regarded as the world's fastest half mile and one of the most intense tracks in all of racing. The tight quarters found here at Bristol lead to plenty of bumping and banging. The term Rubbin's Racing explains the kind of action that we'll see in this one. We're just about ready for the race to begin. The command to start engines is just moments away. Good evening and welcome to Bristol, Tennessee for tonight's running of the O'Reilly 200, presented by Valvoline Max Life. EA Sports is proud to bring you tonight's event from the heart of Thunder Valley, where tempers are sure to be running hot. Those hot tempers combined with the tight racing action here tonight should prove to be an exciting combination for the thousands of fans in attendance this evening. These NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers are just about ready for the start of this event on one of the world's toughest and fastest half miles. So let's take you trackside now for the most famous words in motorsports. EA Sports welcomes you to Bristol, Tennessee for tonight's running of the O'Reilly 200, presented by Valvoline Max Life. Bristol Motor Speedway heralds itself as the world's fastest half mile. And tonight, these NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers are going to put that motto to the test as they do battle around the 36-degree banks of this short track. Ask any driver and they'll tell you that a win here at Bristol is special. However, if you leave here with your friendships and reputation intact, you might just consider that a victory in itself. Green flag racing is about to begin here in Thunder Valley. Bristol Motor Speedway is the site as we get ready for another exciting NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to this event here in the Tennessee Hills. 36 drivers will take aim at the checkered flag as they battle each other on a track where the action has been compared to racing in a blender. Cars and tempers will be put to the test here at this track, dubbed the world's fastest half mile. The drivers are ready. The fans are ready. Now let's take you trackside for the start of this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. When drivers arrive here at Bristol Motor Speedway, they have two goals in mind. The first, make it to victory lane. The second, leave here with their reputation intact. EA Sports welcomes you to Bristol here in the foothills of Tennessee for this exciting NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. Rough and tumble racing is what we're in store for as these Craftsman Truck Series drivers get set to fight it out on the 36-degree banks of this half-mile oval. So pull those belts tight and get ready. Short track action from Bristol is just moments away. EA Sports welcomes you to the Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's fastest half-mile. Tonight, one of the toughest jobs in racing. Avoid the traditional bumping and banging that Bristol has been famous for. Why? Because tonight, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series has come to the high banks in the hills of Tennessee. Short straightaways, tight high bank turns, and the challenge of knowing that any wheel-to-wheel contact here could mean a wild ride and a short night. Bristol has never seen anything like this. Modified racing on the high banks is just moments away. Ladies and gentlemen, EA Sports welcomes you to Bristol. They opened the gates here in 1961 and the excitement has never slowed down. More than 100,000 fans are here to see some of the best NASCAR Whelen Modified action of the year. Buckle up as we get ready to bring you tonight's events from the world's fastest half-mile. EA Sports welcomes you to Tennessee, home of the Bristol Motor Speedway. They call it the fastest half-mile in the world, and the stars of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series are about to find out why. 650-foot straightaways and tight turns banked 36 degrees. With these cars on the track, anything could happen. If you think it's a tough drive to work in Los Angeles, wait until you see what it takes to get the job done out here. The California Speedway in Fontana is the fast lane to NASCAR stardom. This state may have a famous governor, but the only action heroes these fans want to see are the stars of the Nextel Cup Series. NASCAR is back in California as EA Sports presents the Auto Club 500. The California Speedway brought new light and fresh excitement to the NASCAR schedule when it opened just a few years ago. Now, each September, this tempting 2-mile track gets an onstage encore from the stars of the Nextel Cup Series. The race to the chase is on the line, and nobody wants to mess up this script. You've got the best seat in the house as the curtain goes up in California. EA Sports is proud to bring you live NASCAR Busch Series racing. Sunny Southern California is the site for this afternoon's running of the Stater Brothers 300, presented by Gatorade. The California Speedway is always a test. Long green flag runs demand focus and penalize fatigue. Pit strategy and fuel mileage will be critical for these NASCAR Busch Series drivers today. Track conditions are nearly perfect, and the start of the race is only minutes away. Let's go trackside for today's pre-race activities. EA Sports welcomes you to Southern California and the California Speedway for this afternoon's exciting NASCAR Busch Series race. We expect to see long green flag runs here as these Busch drivers make their way around this 2-mile D-shaped oval. Pit strategy and pit crew performance will certainly be a factor in this race. Any mistakes could be critical. The start of the race is only minutes away, so let's take you trackside. EA Sports welcomes you to sunny California for today's race. Just a beautiful day for racing at the California Speedway, and these drivers are just about ready for the start of this NASCAR Busch Series race. Fuel mileage is always critical here because we expect to see long stretches of green flag racing, and that means pit strategy could be critical. 300 miles of Busch Series action are coming up. The drop of the green flag is just moments away. EA Sports and the California Speedway are proud to welcome you to tonight's running of the American Racing Wheels 200. It's always wide open racing here in California, and tonight is no exception as these NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers prepare for the challenge of long green flag runs. Late race pit decisions often decide the outcome of the races here. Hey, we're in California. Gas mileage is always a factor. Buckle up, race fans. Green flag racing is only moments away. Welcome to Fontana, site of the California Speedway, as EA Sports is proud to present today's running of the American Racing Wheels 200. The Craftsman Truck Series takes center stage here in sunny California as 36 trucks are ready to fire their engines and take to the track for 200 miles of door-to-door action. The trucks are just about ready to roll off pit road, so let's go trackside for the start of today's race. EA Sports welcomes you to Southern California and the California Speedway for the running of today's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. This series showcases veteran stars and promising talent trying to race their way to respectability. Today, the test is a fast 2-mile D-shaped oval. There's lots of room to race, and that means there is also plenty of room for trouble. We're just about ready to get started, and remember, we're not far from Hollywood, so you can expect a dramatic finish. Chicagoland, famous for its people and places, and no place is getting more attention these days than the sparkling Chicagoland Speedway just off of famous Route 66 in Joliet, Illinois. There isn't any ivy on the wall, but the action here will knock your socks off. For some, the pressure in Chicago might be too much to bear. Get ready to meet the new monsters of the Midway, the stars of the Nextel Cup Series, as EA Sports welcomes you to today's race at the Chicagoland Speedway. Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to today's race from the Windy City, Chicago. EA Sports presents flag-to-flag coverage of the NASCAR Busch Series. The Chicagoland Speedway is a wide 1.5-mile track with banking in the turns that will allow high speeds and plenty of exciting action. We're in for an afternoon of stock car racing at its finest, and the green flag is only minutes away. 2001 marked the first year for the state-of-the-art 1.5-mile speedway in the heart of the Midwest. Since then, the Chicagoland Speedway has seen its share of racing superstars take the checkered flag at this challenging oval. Who will be the next up-and-coming NASCAR Busch Series driver to add their name to the list of winners here in Joliet, Illinois? Thanks to EA Sports, we're about to find out. The Darlington Raceway, more than a racetrack, it's a racing tradition. Darlington, South Carolina is not a stop on the NASCAR circuit, it's a destination. For a driver, the only thing tougher to race than time is this track. The action from Darlington is just moments away. The lights are on at Darlington Raceway as we get ready to unleash 43 of the world's best drivers on one of NASCAR's most challenging tracks. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing. Many refer to Darlington as the track too tough to tame. That's more than a nickname, it's a warning. And you'll see why when we drop the green flag under the lights. Tonight, Darlington Raceway really is the lady in black. Welcome to Darlington, South Carolina for today's running of the Diamond Hill Plywood Company 200. EA Sports is proud to bring you all the action from the track that is too tough to tame, as Darlington Raceway plays host to the NASCAR Busch Series. There is no argument that a win at Darlington can help define a young driver's career, and these Busch drivers know it. It's a perfect day for racing. Busch Series action from Darlington is coming up next. Welcome to Darlington in the heart of South Carolina. Today, it's the NASCAR Busch Series. EA Sports is proud to bring you all the action from the famed Darlington Raceway, the track that's too tough to tame. We'll see who has what it takes to tame this track and leave here with a win that can help define a young driver's career. Any win in the Busch Series is special, but a win here at Darlington can be so much more. The action from Darlington is just moments away. EA Sports and the Darlington Raceway would like to welcome you to Darlington, South Carolina, and today's exciting NASCAR Busch Series race. This is the track they say is too tough to tame, but the young stars of the Busch Series will have to learn that on their own. 43 of the best up-and-coming drivers in the world are prepared to do battle on this golden and gritty egg-shaped oval. The start of the race is only moments away. Let's take you trackside for the command. Welcome to racing under the lights at the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. EA Sports is proud to bring you the speed and excitement of NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing from the track too tough to tame. We're almost set for the start of the Darlington 200. Watch for many of these drivers to ride right up to the wall, where many will pick up the bittersweet Darlington stripe. We're just moments away from finding out which one of these stars of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will find their way to victory lane under the lights. The green flag is just around the corner. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is well known for its aggressive door-to-door style. The Darlington Raceway in South Carolina is known as the Lady in Black, a lean and mean track with a reputation for tearing up trucks that try to sneak a kiss from the outside walls. This combination could produce some of the most exciting racing of the season as we bring you all the action from the track too tough to tame. EA Sports is proud to be here for tonight's flag-to-flag coverage of the Darlington 200 Craftsman Truck Series race. 36 trucks are prepared to do battle. Let's go trackside. The green flag is just moments away. Tonight, under the South Carolina sky, 36 of NASCAR's brightest stars are preparing to do battle on one of NASCAR's most historic tracks, Darlington Raceway, the track too tough to tame. Only one of these drivers will truly tame this track and take home the checkered flag. To that driver will go the honor of knowing that he won at Darlington. It is a victory that can help shape the career of a young driver and propel them to new heights. Who will emerge victorious here tonight? We're miles away from finding out, but only minutes away from the start of tonight's race. Race fans, welcome to Darlington, South Carolina, and the granddaddy of all super speedways, Darlington Raceway. Tonight's modified race brings you some of the sport's finest young stars as the drivers of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series try to conquer the track they call too tough to tame. 22 will line up tonight and attempt to steal a dance with the lady in black. Who will lead when that lady is ready to dance? The answer is just around the tough turns of this fabled track as the Whelen Modified race is about to begin. When it comes to drivers, everyone wants to win. When it comes to winning, every driver wants to win this one. Daytona. One day, one race, just one time. Take the most rewarding and recognized checkered flag in motorsports today. This is more than just dreaming. This is about believing in history, in heroes, in heartbreak, in hope, in happiness. 43 drivers come to this place dreaming. Only one will leave here believing. EA Sports presents the Daytona 500. Twice a year, NASCAR pays a visit to the sandy shores of Florida. But while the fans might enjoy a day at the beach, the stars of the Nextel Cup Series must work at night, under the lights, at the Daytona International Speedway. There'll be plenty of fireworks as EA Sports presents the Pepsi 400. Many years ago, Daytona Beach was the birthplace of NASCAR. Today, the Daytona International Speedway has the honor of being the home and the heart of NASCAR. Today, this 2.5-mile track brings together fans, friends, and an all-star lineup of fierce racing talent in the shootout. Every driver in the starting field had to earn that spot, and nobody wants to give it up. But one key to successful racing at Daytona is give and take. Of course, somebody has to take the checkered flag. We'll see what gives as EA Sports welcomes you to the shootout at Daytona. EA Sports welcomes you to the Daytona International Speedway. Today, it's the Hershey's Take 5 300 for the NASCAR Busch Series. We have a great day for racing on the high banks at Daytona, and these drivers are anxious for the start of this race and the start of a new season. Of course, every team hopes to get off to a good start, and every driver knows what it means to win at Daytona. So this one is all about opening day performance and the season-long pressure. Only one driver can begin the new year with a win. Who will start the season by spraying champagne? We're about to find out. The green flag at Daytona is just moments away. EA Sports would like to welcome you to today's exciting Busch Series race from sunny Daytona Beach. A victory on the high banks of Daytona always means a little more to any driver, and these NASCAR Busch Series drivers are going to be giving it all they've got today. The thousands of fans here in attendance have been waiting for this one because they know there is plenty of exciting racing action moments away. A good finish here at Daytona will help you get your season off on the right foot, and the right foot of 43 drivers is ready to go to work. It's time for NASCAR Busch Racing under the stars on a hot summer night in Daytona Beach, Florida at the World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway. Tonight, it's the Winn-Dixie 250 presented by PepsiCo. A win on Daytona's high banks could prove to be a stepping stone for these Busch Series drivers. Who will solve the super speedway mystery? Finding the correct lane, hanging onto the draft, making deals, then breaking ranks. The answer is 250 miles and maybe one bumper away. Welcome to the Daytona International Speedway. EA Sports is proud to bring you tonight's Busch Series race from the birthplace of speed. Daytona continues its heritage of hosting some of the most exciting races in NASCAR history. Tonight's race on the high banks of Daytona should be no different. A win at Daytona is a benchmark in every driver's career. Veterans and young guns alike will be chasing the checkered flag with the hope of adding their name to the long list of winners at Daytona. Exciting Busch Series racing is on tap tonight, and the start of the race is only minutes away. EA Sports would like to welcome you to tonight's Craftsman Truck Series race, the Florida Dodge Dealers 250. The Daytona International Speedway on a beautiful night for racing at one of NASCAR's most famous tracks. This race is important to these drivers in many ways. It's an opportunity to prove you can stand out among 36 of the sport's most talented drivers, and a solid performance here tonight will help you get your season off to a good start. We're just moments away from the start of the race. 36 trucks are ready to start their engines, so let's go trackside for the command. Tonight, the first race of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will kick off another thrilling season of NASCAR action at the world's center of racing. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of the Florida Dodge Dealers 250 from the historic Daytona International Speedway. The drivers in the Craftsman Truck Series will be searching for friends out on the track tonight as they try to draft their way to the front. A win tonight could help define the career of one of these drivers. Who will celebrate the start of a new season with a Daytona burnout? We're about to find out. Let's go trackside for the command. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is in Daytona Beach, Florida tonight to kick off another season of NASCAR racing action. EA Sports welcomes you to the high banks of the Daytona International Speedway for the running of the Florida Dodge Dealers 250. Sparks will fly and tempers will flare under the lights at this historic super speedway as 36 of the world's fastest trucks take aim at the checkered flag. A win here at Daytona is always a special moment in a driver's career. Who will add a Daytona trophy to their mantle tonight? We'll find out. Truck Series racing at Daytona is just moments away. The famous Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware, where anything can happen, and usually does. The next Tow Cup season is thousands of miles long, but no mile is longer than the next one at Dover. Fast, steep, and mean. The only thing harder than winning at Dover is the wall at Dover. Today, EA Sports presents a monster task: 400 miles for the stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. Just 9 races remain in the chase for the Nextel Cup, and today the series stops at a track where a season of hope can come to a crashing end. They don't call the Dover International Speedway the Monster for nothing. It is a reputation earned by years of snatching victory from some of the best in the business. Today, every mile and moment matter. Just ahead, 400 miles of heartaches and headaches, and just one winner, the driver who somehow managed to defeat the monster at Dover. It's race number 2 in the 10-race chase for the Nextel Cup. Never before have fans of NASCAR come to Dover with so much on the line. 9 events left. Today, 400 of the toughest miles in racing on the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. EA Sports welcomes you to racing under the lights as the stars of the Nextel Cup Series get set to take on a monster. Dover International Speedway is one of the toughest tracks in the world. It's just 1 mile around, but the steep banking in the turns will force these drivers to concentrate every second. Any loss of concentration will end your battle with the monster in a flash. The driver who can stay calm while racing a monster, and 42 other guys, will bring home one of NASCAR's most coveted trophies. The Dover 400 is next. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to Dover, Delaware, home of the notorious Monster Mile. When the Nextel Cup Series comes here, it's 43 drivers against 43 competitors, 42 other drivers, and one gnarly monster. The 1 mile track at Dover is one of the toughest in the world. Winning here rewards your survival skills. Dover has the speed of a big track, plus all the excitement of a short track. The race for the checkered flag begins in just minutes. The green flag is coming up. EA Sports welcomes you to today's NASCAR Busch Series race, the MBNA 200 at the Monster Mile, the Dover International Speedway. This is a mentally and physically challenging track for these drivers. Dover is one of the toughest tracks in NASCAR today. High speeds, steep turns, it's an endless challenge every lap. We're just moments away from the start of the race, and now it's time for the most famous words in motorsports. EA Sports welcomes you to NASCAR Busch Series racing at the Dover International Speedway. 43 of the sport's finest drivers have their work cut out for them as they battle each other and the Monster Mile in search of a victory. With its high bank turns, this 1 mile track here at Dover is one of the toughest around. A win at this track is reserved for those who can master the challenge of a speedway with the feel of a short track. The race for the checkered flag begins in just minutes. The green flag is coming up next. We're rapidly approaching the green flag at the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. EA Sports is proud to bring you the NASCAR Busch Series. Welcome to the Dover International Speedway for today's running of the Dover 200, brought to you by YJ Stinger. The stars of the NASCAR Busch Series will need to be ready today. This monster presents one of the most challenging one-mile tracks that these drivers will face all season. We're only minutes away from the green flag. Get ready for exciting Busch Series action from Dover. EA Sports welcomes all race fans to Dover, Delaware, and the notorious Monster Mile for today's Busch Series race. Dover International Speedway is one of the toughest tracks anywhere. The steep banking in the turns forces every driver to stay up on the wheel all day. A loss of concentration here could end your battle with the monster in a hurry. Those who stay calm under the pressure of this track while fending off the other 42 drivers hungry for a win will bring home one of NASCAR's most coveted trophies. We're quickly approaching the start of the race. Busch Series action from the Monster Mile is coming up next. EA Sports welcomes you to NASCAR Busch Series racing at the Dover International Speedway. 43 of the sport's finest drivers have their work cut out for them as they battle each other and the Monster Mile in search of a victory. With its high bank turns, this one-mile track here at Dover is one of the toughest around. A win at this track is reserved for those who can master the challenge of a speedway with the feel of a short track. The race for the checkered flag begins in just minutes. The green flag is coming up next. EA Sports and the Dover International Speedway would like to welcome you to this afternoon's running of the NBC 200. It's high-speed NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing from the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. 36 trucks are lined up and ready to do battle on this challenging one-mile track. Those who can escape the clutches of the monster and come home with a victory will prove to be among NASCAR's elite. The start of today's race is only minutes away. Welcome to the Dover International Speedway for flag-to-flag coverage of today's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series event. EA Sports is proud to present today's race, where these drivers will try to conquer the Monster Mile in the NBC 200. You'll make more enemies than allies at this place. A one-mile oval that thinks it's a short track. Who will take the checkered flag and make the visit to victory lane? A monster task at Dover is next. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to Dover this afternoon as the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series rolls into town for the running of the NBC 200. Today, 36 of the finest up-and-coming NASCAR superstars will do battle on this challenging one-mile track nicknamed the Monster Mile. Drivers will have to do their best to escape the clutches of the monster while battling the other competitors in order to bring home the checkered flag. Will it be a young gun or a savvy veteran? We're about to find out. The green flag at Dover is coming up next. The trip to South Florida has always been a popular one for the teams of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. But now this race has more pressure than ever. It's the last race of the season and nobody wants to go home a loser. Those winter months back at the shop go by a lot faster if you finish the season with a win. This may be Florida, but this is no vacation. The stars of the Nextel Cup Series cruise into the Homestead-Miami Speedway with just one thought in mind. It's time to kick some sand in everybody's face. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to beautiful South Florida and the Ford 400. Homestead, Florida is the place for Nextel Cup Series racing as 43 of NASCAR's finest drivers get set to take to this recently reconfigured racetrack. EA Sports welcomes you to the Homestead-Miami Speedway for all the action. The cars are ready to fire their engines. The Ford 400 is coming up next. EA Sports welcomes you to another beautiful day in Florida. It's the season finale for the NASCAR Busch Series. We're at the Homestead-Miami Speedway for the running of the Ford 300. These drivers will be battling for every position from start to finish. This is a fun and fast place to race, and that really gets these guys pumped up. We're just minutes away from the green flag. Let's take you trackside for all the action. The NASCAR Busch Series is making a stop in the Sunshine State as these drivers get set to go racing at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of the Ford 300 for the stars of the NASCAR Busch Series. I can't think of a better place to end the season. Now get ready, the green flag is just around the corner. Homestead, Florida is the place for NASCAR Busch Series racing as 43 of the sport's top drivers get set for their second race on this rebuilt track. EA Sports welcomes you to Homestead-Miami Speedway for all the action. The cars are ready to fire their engines. The green flag is just around the corner. EA Sports welcomes you to sunny Homestead, Florida. The Homestead-Miami Speedway is proud to host this year's running of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series season finale, the Ford 200. Look for lots of action from the drop of the green flag as these drivers go door to door, battling to get to the front or simply trying to stay there. We're just moments away from the command to start engines. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is in sunny South Florida to wrap up this exciting season of racing. Today, it's the running of the Ford 200. EA Sports is proud to bring you all the action from the Craftsman Truck Series, and we're just about ready to go. 36 drivers are lined up on pit road waiting for the command, so let's get down to the track. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of today's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race from the Sunshine State. The Homestead-Miami Speedway is the place as these drivers get set to crank up their engines and do battle on this very competitive track that was rebuilt just a few years ago. The action is sure to keep these fans on their feet today. They're ready and so are we. It's almost time to go racing in Homestead. Few men make history in motorsports. Even fewer make it here. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is the heart of horsepower, where pride and performance is second to nothing, where man and machine are measured by years, and where wins are measured by inches. Many of the greatest names in racing have won here. Many of the greatest names in racing have not. Today, one race, one goal. It's not the points, it's not the prize money. It is simply about the thrill of winning at Indianapolis. A talented road course racer used to be harder to find than the perfect bottle of wine, and both were pretty pricey. But the state of California has solved those problems. The wine country of Sonoma Valley has produced some of the most palate-pleasing wines in the world, and Infineon Raceway has helped oval drivers mature into vintage road racers. But there's a big difference between the wine you drink on Saturday night and how good it tastes after a win on Sunday afternoon. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series has come back to California. EA Sports welcomes you to Sonoma, where it's time to pop the cork on the Dodge Save Mart 350. Each year, the Nextel Cup Series comes to Kansas City to battle on a mile-and-a-half track that has quickly become a favorite place to race for many drivers. The Kansas Speedway is also a fan favorite, and today the fans have turned out to watch these stars chase the checkered flag for 400 miles. Some drivers have been bragging about what they've got for today's race, so NASCAR fans from neighboring Missouri have come across the border with a simple message they made famous: show me. And that's what the stars of the Nextel Cup Series are about to do in the Banquet 400 presented by EA Sports. Today, the NASCAR Busch Series makes its annual stop at the Kansas Speedway. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of today's race as these young stars battle it out on this state-of-the-art speedway in Kansas City. On-track friendships and rivalries will be put to the test today as 43 cars are lined up and ready to roll off pit road. Now, let's go trackside for the command. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR racing from Kansas City. The Kansas Speedway is the site of this NASCAR Busch Series event as these drivers prepare to race around this newly constructed 1.5-mile speedway. The Kansas Speedway, located in America's heartland, is truly a track that lives up to its motto as the track that will blow you away. The green flag is just moments away as these drivers prepare to get this event underway. EA Sports welcomes you to the Kansas Speedway and today's running of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 250 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We expect these drivers to put on quite a show for us today as they prepare to take on this mile-and-a-half track. All of today's up-and-coming drivers are looking to make their mark at this new track. The start of the action here from Kansas Speedway is just minutes away. The Kansas Speedway is the site for NASCAR racing action, as EA Sports is proud to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Today, it's the O'Reilly Auto Parts 250. These drivers will have plenty of racing room on this 1.5-mile track, each one hoping to bring home the checkered flag at one of the newest tracks on the circuit. Let's get started by going trackside and joining the pre-race ceremonies. The Kansas Speedway is home to some of the most exciting and competitive racing that the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has to offer. High speeds and door-to-door racing will keep fans on the edge of their seats as 36 promising drivers do battle on this 1.5-mile track. The 15 degrees of banking in the turns adds to the speed and the challenge. Look for some aggressive driving, and remember, the wall is always in play. The Craftsman Truck Series has come to Kansas, and the storm is about to begin. Las Vegas is a city of bright lights and big names, but no stage in this state is bigger than this one, the mile-and-a-half Las Vegas Motor Speedway. In Vegas, there is just one day a year when you see more stars during the day than at night, and that day is today, as EA Sports presents the UAW Daimler Chrysler 400 for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. EA Sports welcomes you to the Diamond in the Desert, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Today's NASCAR Nextel Cup event, the UAW Daimler Chrysler 400, is sure to be one of the most hotly contested races of the season. This track is known for its wide-open racing, but in the desert, things often run hot, including the drivers. Fuel mileage and pit crew performance will have a huge impact on today's race. This is Las Vegas, where a little gambling could pay off big time. It's time to roll the dice. Las Vegas is a city of bright lights and big names, but no stage in this state is bigger than this one, the mile-and-a-half Las Vegas Speedway. We're set to bring you the shining stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series, under the lights, in the running of the Las Vegas 400. Welcome to the running of the NASCAR Busch Series Sam's Town 300. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway is known for lots of green flag racing, so it'll be up to these drivers to hang on throughout the race and keep up with a lightning-quick pace. We're just moments away from today's race. Enjoy your time here at the Diamond in the Desert. Welcome, fans, to the running of the NASCAR Busch Series Sam's Town 300. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway is known for its long stretches of green flag racing, so it'll be up to these drivers to find a comfort zone very early in this fast-paced race. We're just moments away from the action here at the Diamond in the Desert. Welcome, race fans, to Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of the NASCAR Busch Series from the Diamond in the Desert, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. These Busch drivers are just about ready for the start on this wide-open, fast 1.5-mile track. Getting in front early and setting the pace can be critical, so the scramble for the top spot will begin with the first lap. The green flag is moments away as these drivers get ready to roll off of pit road. Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to the Diamond in the Desert, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. On tap today, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in the Las Vegas 350. Pit strategy and fuel mileage will play an important role because this mile-and-a-half track is wide, smooth, and fast, so there will be plenty of green flag racing. Enjoy your visit to Vegas. We're about ready to drop the green flag. EA Sports is proud to bring you live coverage of today's race here in the heart of the desert. 36 Truck Series drivers are ready to get the Las Vegas 350 underway, and the thousands here in attendance are on their feet ready for the start. There are some young up-and-comers looking to roll the dice here today, hoping to hit the jackpot and get that big break in their racing careers. Let's see if someone gets their big opportunity here today. EA Sports welcomes you to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the action never stops. Today, from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. This race will feature some of NASCAR's best and brightest as they hope to beat the odds and come home victorious. The command to start engines is just moments away, so let's get set for the start of the race. When you travel for more than half the year, it's always nice to come home. Tonight, the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series is home at the Lowe Motor Speedway just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. But that doesn't mean there's any time to rest. Tonight, the most demanding race of the season, 600 miles on a roller coaster mile-and-a-half track that has been a part of the NASCAR circuit for more than 40 years. This is not just another race. This is Charlotte, and this is the Coca-Cola 600. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to the Lowe Motor Speedway just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. This 1.5-mile track is a jewel on the NASCAR circuit, but the demanding demeanor of the racing surface and the 500-mile distance are a true racing challenge. Now, just 6 races remain, and all the championship challengers will have both hands on the wheel and their foot to the floor in the UAW GM Quality 500. EA Sports welcomes you to the Lowe Motor Speedway just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. This 1.5-mile track is a jewel on the NASCAR circuit. It set the standard for the speedways of the future while keeping a firm grip on the glory of the past. History and happiness could be the story today as we get set to bring you Nextel Cup Series racing in the UAW GM Quality 500. Every week, the stars of the Nextel Cup Series race door-to-door on the long and winding road to the championship. Every week, the points are more important than the prize money. Not tonight. In this all-star shootout, it is a dash for cash, where pride and prize money are what it's all about. This is an EA Sports special presentation, the Nextel All-Star Challenge from the Lowe's Motor Speedway. EA Sports welcomes you to the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Tonight, it's the CarQuest Auto Parts 300 for the NASCAR Busch Series. This race is always packed with talent and filled with tension. That's the scenario tonight. The stars of the Busch Series on stage, under the lights, with a packed house and their peers all ready to watch. The weather conditions are perfect. The start of the race is only minutes away. Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to Lowe's for live NASCAR Busch Series racing. Many of the teams call Charlotte, North Carolina home, so a win here would mean even more to many of these drivers. Every Busch Series driver wants to do well here as they try to impress all the team owners watching this race. One thing is for sure, the racing here at Lowe's Motor Speedway always produces some intense action. The racing here at Lowe's is about to get underway, so let's take you trackside. Truck racing has returned to Charlotte. EA Sports welcomes you to the running of tonight's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race, the Charlotte Tailgate 200 at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Lowe's is proud to continue to bring you some of the most exciting racing action in the state of North Carolina. Enjoy the action as we get ready to drop the green flag at Lowe's. EA Sports is proud to bring you another action-packed night of racing as the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers are set to go racing on their home pavement just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Each of these drivers is looking to make their mark in this race, hoping a big win could lead to a big ride in the Nextel Cup Series. Thousands of fans are in attendance tonight. The Charlotte Tailgate 200 is coming up next as 36 engines are prepared to fire for the start of tonight's event. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series event, coming to you live from the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Located just a few short miles from the shop of many Truck Series teams, the track at Charlotte has produced some of the most exciting races in recent memory. With sponsorships up for grabs and rides opening up at the end of the season, this race is sure to please the thousands in attendance as we get ready for green flag racing action in Charlotte. When it comes to racing at the Martinsville Speedway in Virginia, small is really big. It's a flat half-mile short track that could go a long way toward determining the new Nextel Cup champion. Passing and patience are the two critical keys to winning here. It's a battle of man, muscle, and machine between the tight walls at tiny Martinsville. This should be big. EA Sports welcomes you to the Advanced Auto Parts 500. The tiny half-mile Martinsville Speedway in Virginia has played a huge role in determining NASCAR winners for more than 50 years. That's the story once again. The Nextel Cup Series is paying a call to Virginia, with 43 drivers hoping to collect the win. But Martinsville makes sure it's never easy. And now the stakes have been raised. 5 races to go before the new series champion is crowned. Today we'll see who will be the hero in the Subway 500 at Martinsville. In the prestigious history of NASCAR, no short track has a longer history than the half-mile Martinsville Speedway in Virginia. This flat track is a tough mountain to climb. Knowing when to pass in heavy traffic and escaping a narrow and gnarly pit road will be the keys to a Virginia victory as these NASCAR Nextel Cup Series drivers get set to do battle under the lights in the Martinsville 500. The Martinsville Speedway is the site for short track racing action from Virginia. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR Nextel Cup Series racing from the half-mile Martinsville Speedway. Expect to see tempers flare and egos get bruised as 43 cars try to squeeze their way around this short, flat track. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing from one of the fastest and most exciting half miles in the world, Martinsville Speedway. Welcome back, race fans, for the running of today's Kroger 250. It's a beautiful day and conditions on the track are nearly perfect, so we're ready for the command to get the engines fired. Good afternoon, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to today's running of the Kroger 200 at the Martinsville Speedway. This short half-mile track is sure to give the brake pedal on these Craftsman trucks a workout, and you know the tempers will be flaring as the drivers fight for racing room on this narrow short track. Buckle up, race fans. The start of today's race is only minutes away. Martinsville Speedway is the site for short track racing action from Martinsville, Virginia. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing around the half-mile track. Expect to see tempers flare and egos get bruised as 36 trucks squeeze onto this half-mile track. Keeping your fenders and your reputation clean will be keys to success today at Martinsville. EA Sports and the Martinsville Speedway would like to welcome you to tonight's running of the Appalachian 150. You're in for a treat this evening as some of the top talent in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series are here to race for the checkered flag on one of the most exciting half-mile tracks in the world. We're only moments away from the start of all the racing action at Martinsville. EA Sports would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to one of the most exciting half-mile tracks of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series, the Martinsville Speedway. Expect lots of pushing and shoving and plenty of close racing as these drivers do their best to run up front. Prestige is on the line in the fight to earn a shot at the next level of racing. The race is only minutes away. Buckle up for some exciting modified action. Welcome, race fans, to beautiful Brooklyn, Michigan. Known as one of the fastest and most wide-open tracks on the NASCAR circuit, the Michigan International Speedway offers several racing grooves. Look for plenty of passing and lots of lead changes as these drivers cruise along this 2-mile D-shaped track. Enjoy the race from Michigan. The green flag is just moments away. The 2-mile Michigan International Speedway, flat, fast, and frightening. Today, the stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series will turn some of the fastest laps of the season on a track that provides plenty of room for racing and plenty of room for mistakes. Today, it's all about power and hoping you can make 800 horses gallop to the finish line. EA Sports is ready to wave the green flag for the GFS Marketplace 400 at Michigan. The state of Michigan has long been considered the home of the automobile. The Michigan International Speedway has long been considered one of the most popular tracks on the NASCAR circuit. But when the Nextel Cup Series comes to this track, it's not just another race. It's another race in front of the biggest names behind the biggest names in motorsports. Today, the car racing business delivers a good one as EA Sports is set to kick off today's race. Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to the Michigan 250 for the NASCAR Busch Series at the Michigan International Speedway. This wide and fast track provides some of the most exciting NASCAR racing of the year, with some of the closest finishes ever seen. Expect to see lots of 2 and 3 wide racing as these drivers chase the checkered flag. 250 miles on this 2-mile D-shaped track are coming up. We're just moments away from the start of today's race. Brooklyn, Michigan is the place to be for NASCAR Busch Series racing, as EA Sports is proud to bring you live coverage of the Michigan 250. Michigan International Speedway offers a unique challenge to these drivers. Not only does the 2-mile track offer some of the most competitive racing of the season, the state of Michigan is also home to the automobile manufacturers represented in today's race. Each of these drivers has a little added pressure to produce for the manufacturer they represent. We're ready to go green and get today's racing action underway. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of NASCAR Busch Series racing from the Michigan International Speedway. 43 of NASCAR's most talented drivers will be battling on this wide 2-mile track for pride and prestige in hopes of bringing home the checkered flag. Young guns and NASCAR veterans alike will take center stage here at Michigan, with manufacturers' bragging rights on the line. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series makes its annual stop in Brooklyn, Michigan, as these drivers get ready to compete on the fast, flat 2-mile track at the Michigan International Speedway. Look for these Craftsman Truck Series drivers to battle it out today, as the competition in this series is chock full of young and hungry drivers just looking for an opportunity to make it to the next level. Who will come out on top today? We're about to find out. The Command is coming up next. When the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series arrives here in scenic Brooklyn, Michigan, you can be sure that speeds and emotions are going to be high. The Michigan International Speedway provides a perfect track for these 36 drivers to do battle on as they hope to earn a shot to drive on Sundays. EA Sports is proud to bring you live coverage of this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race from the magnificent 2-mile fast track in the beautiful state of Michigan. New Hampshire International Speedway. This flat 1-mile track is a challenge for driver and crew chief. Setup is a high wire act. The goal? Make the car turn when it really wants to go straight. Today, the stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series face a chassis challenge on a New England summer Sunday. EA Sports welcomes you to the New England 300 at New Hampshire. 10 races to go, and now the field for the race for the Nextel Cup Championship has been set. Every driver knows the score. You're either racing for the championship or racing to prove you should be. 10 races to measure talent, temper, respect, and revenge. And it all begins right here in Loudon as EA Sports presents the Sylvania 300. EA Sports welcomes you to Loudon as the New Hampshire International Speedway plays host to this NASCAR Nextel Cup Series event. This challenging track will prove to be difficult enough on its own for these drivers. Add 42 other cars to the mix, and things could get downright ugly. We'll see who can make all the right moves today and bring home the checkered flag. EA Sports welcomes you to Loudon, New Hampshire, and the New Hampshire International Speedway for NASCAR Busch Series racing in the New England 200. This track is widely regarded as one of the toughest on the schedule. Long straightaways, but flat turns make every lap a difficult chore. We're just moments away from the green flag. Pull up a chair and enjoy the race from New Hampshire. Loudon, New Hampshire is the setting today as the NASCAR Busch Series rolls into town to tackle the 1-mile New Hampshire International Speedway. EA Sports is glad to bring you the live racing action of the New England 200 as drivers get ready to go to work on this difficult track with drag strip straightaways and 12-degree turns that seem to last an eternity. The race will definitely be a test for these drivers as they look to build their prestige in hopes of making it to NASCAR's biggest stage. Welcome to the New Hampshire International Speedway as EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR Busch Series racing, this time at one of the most challenging tracks in NASCAR. The track here in Loudon looks relatively harmless at first. Turn a few laps on this challenging course and you'll change your mind. 43 Busch Series drivers will attempt to conquer the track and their rivals here in New Hampshire. The race is about to go green. Let's go trackside. EA Sports and the New Hampshire International Speedway welcome you as we get ready for the Sylvania 200 in the scenic city of Loudon. The Craftsman Truck Series makes its annual stop at New Hampshire as these drivers prepare for what should be a race with plenty of excitement. When 36 of the world's fastest trucks take to the track at New Hampshire, you're sure to see your share of bent fenders. Today should be no different, and the drop of the green flag is just moments away. EA Sports welcomes you to Loudon as the New Hampshire International Speedway plays host to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. This challenging track is difficult enough on your own. Add 35 other drivers and things could get downright ugly. These drivers are all looking for a win today and a ride on Sunday. We'll see who makes the next big step. We're just minutes away from the green flag. EA Sports welcomes you to today's running of the New England 100. The biggest names of the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series are here at the New Hampshire International Speedway. Sprinkled throughout the field, you'll find some young drivers looking to make a name for themselves. We're only moments away from the start of the action. Enjoy the race at the New Hampshire International Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, EA Sports is proud to welcome you to the New Hampshire International Speedway for this NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series race. We're only moments away from the start of today's events, which will include some of the biggest names on the modified racing circuit. Now let's take you trackside for the start of today's action. The New Hampshire International Speedway would like to welcome you to Loudon for today's running of the New Hampshire 100. EA Sports is proud to bring you today's Wheel and Modified Series race. This is one of the best fields in recent history as nearly every top driver, as well as some rising stars, have made the race. All the action begins in just moments. We hope you enjoy today's modified race. EA Sports is pleased to welcome you to Loudon, New Hampshire. Today's race features future stars from around the country. Watch for lots of excitement heading into the turns, especially the first one. Braking will be very important as these drivers jockey for position. The start of today's race is just minutes away. We hope you enjoy all the modified racing action from New Hampshire. EA Sports welcomes you to the New Hampshire International Speedway in Loudon. This NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series race includes some of the biggest young stars in the sport. Who will bring home the checkered flag and throw their hat into the ring as the next NASCAR superstar? We'll find out. The start of the race is only moments away. EA Sports welcomes you to the Phoenix International Raceway in Arizona. These drivers hungry for a win have come to the right place. It's time to take the checkered flag in the Subway Fresh 500 for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. EA Sports welcomes you to the Phoenix International Raceway in Arizona. The stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series have learned that this flat 1 mile track is a true test for the determined driver. Fast doesn't always pay off at Phoenix, but finesse just might. In this desert, victory lane is no mirage. It's just around the corner, 312 miles away in the Checker Auto Parts 500. EA Sports welcomes you to the Phoenix International Raceway in Arizona. These drivers hungry for a win have come to the right place. It's time to take the checkered flag for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. It's NASCAR Busch Series racing from the heart of the desert, the Bosch's Supermarkets 200. Hello, race fans. EA Sports would like to welcome you to this afternoon's exciting NASCAR Busch Series race at the Phoenix International Raceway. Considered one of the fastest 1 mile tracks in the world, no two turns are the same here at Phoenix, and that makes this track especially challenging for these NASCAR Busch Series drivers. We're only minutes away from the start of the race, so let's go trackside. EA Sports presents flag-to-flag coverage of today's race from the Phoenix International Raceway. The NASCAR Busch Series takes center stage in this race as these drivers prepare to do battle in the heat of the desert for points and prestige. Now, this race will feature some of NASCAR's biggest stars and some fresh faces as well. Exciting racing action from the high desert is up next. The green flag is just moments away. From the heart of the Arizona desert, EA Sports is proud to welcome you to this exciting NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race, the Chevy Silverado 150. The Phoenix International Raceway offers some of the most exciting and challenging racing of the year. No two turns are the same here, so these drivers will have to stay on their toes as they race for the checkered flag. The green flag is only moments away. Let's go trackside. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona, for the running of the Chevy Silverado 150. EA Sports welcomes you to the Phoenix International Raceway, where a mix of NASCAR's most talented young superstars take to the track against some pretty talented veterans for an old-fashioned Wild West shootout. Prestige is on the line as these drivers fight bumper to bumper for track position on this 1 mile track. The race is about to begin. Green flag racing just moments away. EA Sports would like to welcome you to the newly crowned jewel of the desert, the Phoenix International Raceway, as 36 Craftsman Truck Series drivers prepare to go racing on this challenging 1 mile track. This place will give drivers a real challenge as they battle for track position while trying to keep cool under the sweltering Arizona heat. One thing is for sure, it'll take a cool head to win this race. We're just about ready to drop the green flag for all the action. EA Sports welcomes you to the 2.5 mile Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania. This is one tough track. Shaped like a triangle, it has 3 distinct turns, each demanding driver and race car to do something just a little bit different and a little bit better. Today it is 500 miles, 200 laps, 43 cars, 3 challenging turns, and just one winner in the Pocono 500. Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania, a 2.5 mile track that doesn't need a restrictor plate. Straightaways that look like runways lead to tough turns where braking, not banking, is the key to success. Here, a driver must find a way to make his car do something different 3 times every lap for 200 laps. Today, the best drivers in NASCAR have a real mountain to climb. 500 miles in the Pennsylvania 500 at Pocono, presented by EA Sports. There's no doubt where you'll find a real race fan on a Saturday night at a racetrack. There's no doubt where you'll find a real race fan when the Nextel Cup Series comes to Richmond. In the stands. Saturday night in short track racing at the Richmond International Raceway. It's a throwback to yesterday at a place built for tomorrow. A banked 3/4 mile track where talent must outmuscle temper if you want to kiss the trophy girl in this Saturday night feature. EA Sports presents the Chevy American Revolution 400. The 3/4 mile track in Richmond, Virginia has long been one of the most popular stops on the Nextel Cup circuit. It requires short track muscle and big track speed. And tonight, the Richmond International Raceway will determine which drivers will get to contend for the series championship. EA Sports invites you to get ready for a wild ride in the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. The three-quarter-mile track in Richmond, Virginia has long been one of the most popular stops on the Nextel Cup circuit. It requires short track muscle and big track speed. And tonight, the Richmond International Raceway is set to deliver another chart topper as EA Sports invites you to get ready for a wild ride in the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. Hello, race fans, and welcome to Richmond, Virginia, and the Richmond International Raceway for tonight's running of the Funai 250. EA Sports is proud to bring you another exciting NASCAR Busch Series race. The layout at Richmond is perfect for racing, 3/4 of a mile wide like Michigan, smooth like Vegas, and plenty of banking in the turns. It's the right combination for racing, a combination that could get you into trouble. The start is only minutes away. Enjoy exciting Busch Series racing at Richmond. It's NASCAR Busch Series racing under the lights in Richmond, Virginia, as we're ready for the start of the Emerson Radio 250. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to the Richmond International Raceway for flag-to-flag coverage of tonight's race. There'll be lots of action, starting with a drop of the green flag as these drivers battle for position on this fast three-quarter-mile track. We're only minutes away from the start of this evening's race at the Richmond International Raceway. EA Sports welcomes you to one of the most popular tracks in all of racing, the Richmond International Raceway. Tonight's NASCAR Busch Series race will be exciting right from the start as these drivers will try to take advantage of this wide track and get to the front in a hurry. Bumper-to-bumper racing and fierce battles for the lead will make this an exciting race you don't want to miss. And it's only minutes away, so get ready for the green flag under the lights. EA Sports and the Richmond International Raceway would like to welcome you to today's NASCAR Busch Series race. Perfect conditions on the track as these drivers prepare for the challenge of short track racing at Richmond. Look for lots of passing and plenty of close calls as these drivers charge hard beginning with the very first lap. The green flag is only minutes away. Let's go trackside and join the pre-race ceremonies. Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Richmond International Raceway as EA Sports presents the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series 200. It's just 3/4 of a mile around this place, but don't let that fool you. Richmond has a smooth surface, multiple racing grooves, and plenty of banking in the turns to provide a great setup for any racing series. The stars of the Craftsman Truck Series have their work cut out for them. This should be a tight battle right to the checkered flag, and maybe even longer. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing from the great state of Virginia. 36 trucks are ready to race at the Richmond International Raceway in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series 200. Bumping and grinding are always a part of the racing at Richmond, and we don't expect tonight's race to be any different. Pull up a seat and strap yourself in. The green flag is coming up next. Some of the finest NASCAR drivers have come to compete at the Richmond International Raceway in this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. EA Sports is proud to bring you all the action here from the state of Virginia as we get ready to drop the green flag. Victory is on the line as these drivers are lined up and set to kick this one off. The Richmond International Raceway would like to welcome you to tonight's running of the Bell Tower 150. EA Sports brings you racing action this evening from one of the oldest and most storied venues in all of NASCAR. Tonight, the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series drivers are ready to go. Don't miss a minute of the action. Race time is almost here. Tonight's events are just about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, EA Sports welcomes you to Richmond, Virginia and the Richmond International Raceway. Tonight, NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series racing is on tap as these drivers are hungry to make a name for themselves in the running of the Bell Tower 150. Who will win the race for the checkered flag? We'll find out. We're just moments away from the start. The Richmond International Raceway would like to welcome you to this NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series race. We have some of the best modified drivers on the circuit going head-to-head tonight, and the start of the race is just moments away. We hope you enjoy all of the events we have on tap for you at Richmond. EA Sports welcomes you to the Talladega Super Speedway in Alabama. When it comes to racing, it doesn't get any bigger than this. 2.66 miles around, the biggest track on the circuit, and usually the biggest traffic jam on the circuit. 43 drivers trapped in a restrictor plate rush hour, all trying to beat the other guy home from the office. When it comes to the racing at Talladega, you never own the lead, you just rent it. And that will be the story from start to finish today in the Aaron's 499. Twice each season, the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series comes to the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. This is the longest track on the circuit. It's 2.66 miles in length. But if you ask any driver, he'll tell you the distance is measured in moments, not miles. Today, it's a breathtaking bumper-to-bumper 500-mile marathon, and the stars of the Nextel Cup Series will have to hang on tight if they hope to win the UAW Ford 500. EA Sports welcomes you to the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. Talladega offers the drivers of the Nextel Cup Series their biggest challenge on NASCAR's biggest track. The trick here, race in bumper-to-bumper traffic at 190 miles an hour and hope nobody makes a mistake, including you. 500 miles of night racing are coming up next as we get set to kick off the Alabama 500. EA Sports welcomes you to NASCAR Busch Series racing at the world-famous Talladega Superspeedway. Today, it's the Aaron's 312. A bumper-to-bumper test of talent and patience, restrictor plate racing can be a frustrating challenge to any driver. This 2.66-mile track has plenty of racing room, but it will look like all the drivers want the same spot. One huge pack of cars where one small mistake can mean big trouble. We're approaching the start of the race, so get ready for the green flag at Talladega. Welcome to Talladega, Alabama, for today's exciting NASCAR Busch Series race, the Aaron's 312. EA Sports is proud to bring you racing action from one of NASCAR's most competitive tracks. These Busch Series drivers will be in a day-long traffic jam as they charge around this 2.66-mile track. It's restrictor plate racing on the ragged edge at Talladega. Let's take you trackside for the start of today's race. EA Sports welcomes you to the running of this NASCAR Busch Series race from the world-famous Talladega Superspeedway, one of only 2 restrictor plate tracks on the circuit. The NASCAR Busch Series drivers will be tested mentally and physically today, racing at high speeds in a huge pack of cars, fighting off the frustration of going from the front to the back in less than a lap. Watch out for the draft. It can help you or hurt you. You should be on the edge of your seat until the checkered flag. All the action from Talladega is just around the corner. It took NASCAR a long time to find its way back to Texas, but when it did, it found the perfect place to race. The sparkling Texas Motor Speedway welcomes race teams and race fans with a firm handshake and a fast track. It is a challenge for driver and crew, and that's just the way they like it. Only the best survive the wild ride in Texas, so strap in and hang on tight, because if you can't keep pace at this track, somebody's going to give you the boot. We're not racing for kicks, we're racing for the win, as EA Sports presents the Samsung Radio Shack 500 at Texas. Victory Lane at the Texas Motor Speedway has hosted some big names in just a short amount of time. Today, the stars of the Nextel Cup Series return to Texas, trying to add their name to the list of racing legends that have seen their stars shine in the Lone Star State. Pressure is building. The season is racing toward the conclusion, and now all eyes are on the state of Texas as EA Sports presents the Dickies 500. Welcome to the Texas Motor Speedway and today's running of the O'Reilly 300 for the stars of the NASCAR Busch Series. Some fast times and plenty of tight racing are just ahead as the Busch Series drivers face the tough task of getting to the front on this tricky Texas track. The start of the race is just minutes away. EA Sports is proud to bring you Busch Series racing from Fort Worth. Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to the Lone Star State. Texas Motor Speedway is the place for today's exciting NASCAR Busch Series race, the O'Reilly Challenge. We couldn't ask for a better day, and track conditions are absolutely perfect. This place is lightning quick, and we'll see plenty of tight racing right from the start because these drivers know just how fast the pace is at this track. So welcome to Texas. Pull up a seat and kick off your boots. Busch Series racing is next. EA Sports welcomes you to this NASCAR Busch Series race from the heart of Texas. The Texas Motor Speedway is proud to bring you more exciting racing action here in Fort Worth. This is one of the most challenging tracks on the NASCAR circuit. There's no time for patience here. An ill-handling car will be a lap down in a hurry. It's high noon in Texas, and you know what that means. Time for an old-fashioned shootout. Who will be the hero? Who will be the bad guy? Or will it be bad guys? We'll find out together. The start of the race is only minutes away. EA Sports welcomes you to the Fort Worth 400K for the stars of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We're just moments away from the green flag. You know how people in Texas love their trucks. Well, when it comes to racing, the fans in Texas love the drivers in the Truck Series. They'll be cheering for their guy all night long, and they'll see plenty of action on this very fast mile-and-a-half track. Texas truck action is just moments away as we get ready to drop the green flag on tonight's race. Good evening, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to the Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the Silverado 350K. The narrow groove here at Texas makes passing difficult. It'll be up to these NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers to choose their spots carefully and wisely along this very difficult track. We're only moments away from the start of the race. Truck racing Texas style is coming up next. EA Sports welcomes you to the Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the Silverado 350K. The narrow groove here at Texas makes passing difficult. It'll be up to these NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers to choose their spots carefully and wisely along this very difficult track. We're only moments away from the green flag. Truck racing Texas style is coming up next. They say everything's big in Texas. Well, one thing is for sure. When you take 36 of the top NASCAR drivers and put them behind the wheel of these high horsepower trucks, you're asking for some big time action. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to the Texas Motor Speedway as we get set to kick off this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race from Fort Worth. Twice a year, the stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series face the same kind of rush hour headaches you face every morning. Today, the series comes to the roller coaster ride in Watkins Glen, New York. The Finger Lakes region is famous for its wine, and you'll hear plenty of guys whine today. Too many turns, too much traffic, lose your focus for an instant, and you're axle deep in kitty litter. EA Sports welcomes you to the road course at Watkins Glen with this tip. Please drive with extreme caution because objects in your rearview mirror may be faster than you think. It's time for the Serious at the Glen. It's one of the newest stops for the NASCAR Busch Series, but this is more like visiting an old friend, or for some drivers, running into the schoolyard bully, a multi-turn road course where you must keep your mind and your car on the track. Not a lot of road racing experience in this series, so this could be quite an adventure. Today, EA Sports welcomes you to New York State and the road course at Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen International is a track that requires a boatload of skill and an abundance of racing knowledge. Hitting your marks and keeping your concentration at its peak performance will be essential if you hope to keep your car out of the kitty litter here at the Glen. Today, some of the finest up-and-coming drivers in all of NASCAR will be putting their skills on display here as EA Sports brings you NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing action here from the state of New York. The green flag is ready to fly. Now let's go trackside. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series haulers make a stop at an unfamiliar place today as we get ready for road course racing Truck Series style here at Watkins Glen International. EA Sports welcomes you to the state of New York for today's racing action as these drivers get ready to tackle the tricky left and right-hand turns here at the Glen. This is sure to be a proving ground for some of NASCAR's rising stars. Let's see who will rise to the occasion here today as we get ready to kick off this event. When you think of NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing, you generally don't think of road courses. Well, that's all about to change here today as the trucks of NASCAR have made their way to the famed track here at Watkins Glen International. Beating and banging is one of the staples of the NASCAR Craftsman trucks, and we're sure that today's event will provide plenty of that. We're moments away from the start of the event. We're about to go green here at the Glen. EA Sports is proud to bring you the thrills of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series from the road course at Watkins Glen. This track is sure to get the best of some of these drivers as they negotiate the tricky turns at the Glen. Who will emerge victorious? Who will bring home the checkered flag? The answer is coming up next as we get set to kick off the Watkins Glen 150 for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series. Ladies and gentlemen, EA Sports welcomes you to Watkins Glen as we get set for another NASCAR Whelen Series race in the state of New York. This could prove to be a handful for some of these drivers. We'll be watching to see who can answer the challenge. We hope you enjoy all the modified racing events we have on tap for you at the Glen. EA Sports is proud to bring you the thrills of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series from the road course at Watkins Glen. This track is sure to get the best of some of these drivers as they negotiate the tricky turns at the Glen. Who will emerge victorious? Who will bring home the checkered flag? The answer is coming up next as we get set to kick off the Watkins Glen 150 for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR Whelen Series road racing at its finest from right here in the state of New York. Watkins Glen is the site for all the racing action today, and we're just about to unleash these open-wheel cars on the twists and turns of the Glen. Young guns and skilled veterans will be battling it out. Get set, it's almost time to drop the green flag on all the modified action. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series makes an uncustomary stop here just outside the city of Indianapolis as they get set to do battle here on the flat track at Indianapolis Raceway Park. EA Sports brings you live coverage of tonight's events here at IRP. These drivers are the best in all of racing, but it's going to take them a few laps to work out the kinks on this track here tonight. We're just about ready for the green flag racing action. Let's take you trackside for tonight's event. EA Sports welcomes you to Indianapolis Raceway Park as the stars of the Nextel Cup Series get set to race here on this unique track. Many of these drivers have not turned a lap here since their days in the NASCAR Busch Series. It'll be interesting to see how they fare here in this race tonight. The cars are ready, the fans are ready, and we're ready to bring you green flag action here at Indianapolis. Short track racing under the lights is as good as it gets, and that's what we have in store for you here tonight at Indianapolis Raceway Park. 43 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series drivers are set to take the green flag and get this event underway at IRP. The track here in Indianapolis always provides a great show for the fans, and we're sure tonight's race will be no different. EA Sports welcomes you to Indianapolis Raceway Park for the running of this year's Kroger 200. It's NASCAR Busch Series short track racing from the heart of Indiana, and these drivers are ready for action. Establishing position early on will be important in tonight's race as these drivers fight for clean air in front of the traffic. Race time is only minutes away. We're ready for racing here at IRP. The lights are on here at Indianapolis Raceway Park as the NASCAR Busch Series gets ready to go short track racing here in the running of the Kroger 200. Tonight's field includes some of NASCAR's biggest stars, along with some drivers that are here tonight looking to make a name for themselves. Prestige and reputations are on the line as we get set to go racing. Green flag action is just around the corner here from IRP. Good evening, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to tonight's race. It's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Racing under the lights from the heart of Hoosier Country. We're here at Indianapolis Raceway Park to present this year's running of the Power Stroke Diesel 200. All of tonight's drivers are looking for a big win here. The field includes crafty veterans and young guns alike. We should have a great one here tonight at IRP. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is at Indianapolis Raceway Park for the annual running of the Power Stroke Diesel 200. Short track racing is always a fan favorite, and tonight's event from the Hoosier State is sure to keep the thousands of fans in attendance tonight on the edge of their seats. There are some up-and-coming drivers in the field here tonight that you might want to pay close attention to. We'll see how they fare as we get set to kick this one off from IRP. Short track racing under the lights is as good as it gets, and that's what we have in store for us tonight here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. 43 NASCAR Busch Series drivers are set to take the green flag and get this event underway at IRP. The track here at Indianapolis always provides a great show for the fans, and we're sure tonight's race will be no different. Welcome to Indianapolis Raceway Park for the running of the Cardinal 150. One of the most exciting races on the NASCAR modified circuit, the Cardinal 150 pits many of the best up-and-coming drivers against each other on this exciting short track here at IRP. EA Sports is proud to bring you tonight's action as we're just moments away from the start of this exciting race. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series makes a stop here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on the banks of Lake Michigan for today's racing action. EA Sports welcomes you to the Milwaukee Mile for today's event. Most of these drivers aren't used to running here at Milwaukee, so look for a few bumps and bruises along the way. We're moments away from finding out how this one shakes out here this afternoon. The green flag is coming up next. EA Sports welcomes you to the Milwaukee Mile for flag-to-flag coverage of today's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series event. This flat 1-mile track is sure to be quite a challenge for these drivers here today, as this isn't a track they normally stop at. We'll find out who's up for the challenge here today as these drivers strap in and get ready to do battle here in this one. EA Sports welcomes you to the Milwaukee Mile for flag-to-flag coverage of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series and the Milwaukee 400. This flat 1-mile track is sure to be quite a challenge for these drivers. This isn't a track they normally race at. We'll find out who's up for the challenge as these drivers strap in and get ready to do battle. EA Sports and the NASCAR Busch Series are set to race at the Milwaukee Mile. This race always brings out the best in these drivers, and we're sure to have another exciting event on our hands today. These Wisconsin race fans are on their feet as we get ready to drop the green flag. The tailgating has been fierce all morning long here as these race fans get set for today's race here from the Milwaukee Mile. We expect the action out on the track to be equally as fierce as EA Sports brings you live NASCAR Busch Series racing action right here from America's Dairyland. Let's take you trackside now as we get set to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of today's race. Welcome to America's Dairyland as EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of today's race here from the historic Milwaukee Mile. The start of this event is just around the corner. Good afternoon. EA Sports welcomes you to the Milwaukee Mile for the running of the Badger State 150. Racing fans everywhere have been looking forward to this big race. We're only minutes away from the start of today's events. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Milwaukee Mile, one of the oldest and most respected one-mile tracks in the United States. The Milwaukee Mile has been hosting races since the early 1900s, and the tradition continues with today's NASCAR Whelen Modified Series race, the Badger State 150. We're just minutes away from the start of the events as EA Sports brings you live racing action from Milwaukee. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series makes a stop here in Pennsylvania, this time to race on a track we don't normally associate with NASCAR's top stars. We're at Nazareth Speedway as EA Sports is ready to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of the event here today. Most of these drivers are used to handling the tricky turns here at Nazareth from their days in the NASCAR Busch Series. Look for some exciting racing here in this one today. Many of America's racing series make a customary stop here at Nazareth Speedway. However, this is one track you will not see Nextel Cup cars racing on. That is, until today. EA Sports is proud to bring you coverage of this unusual event as the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series makes a stop in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. We're sure to see some great racing action as these guys bang fenders around this challenging course. EA Sports welcomes you to the Nazareth Speedway for the running of today's exciting NASCAR Busch Series event. Conditions will lead to some fast laps here in this one. These Busch Series drivers are making their final preparations before climbing into their vehicles. The start of this race is only a few minutes away. Let's take you trackside now for the start of today's events. Welcome to Pennsylvania for today's running of the Lehigh Valley 150. As one of the longest tracks on the NASCAR Modified Series circuit, these drivers will have to pay close attention to their speed and hit their marks perfectly as they make their way around this one-mile track. We're just a few minutes from the start of this race. On behalf of EA Sports, we hope you enjoy all the racing action here at Nazareth. Ladies and gentlemen, EA Sports welcomes you to Nazareth, Pennsylvania for today's NASCAR Whelen Modified Series race, the Lehigh Valley 150. We're in for a great day of racing as these drivers get set to fire up these open-wheeled hot rods. We're just moments away from the start of the events here from Nazareth. You're here at the Nazareth Speedway for more exciting NASCAR Whelen Modified Series action. On behalf of EA Sports, we'd like to thank you all for coming to today's events that feature some of the big names on the modified circuit. One of the most unique one-mile tracks in the country will play host as we approach the start of the race. EA Sports welcomes you to NASCAR Nextel Cup Series short track racing as you've never seen it before. Maitland, Florida is the site for this extraordinary race as the stars of NASCAR get set to take on this track located inside of a football stadium. The action is sure to be great at Dodge Raceway Stadium as these drivers get strapped in and we get ready to wave the green flag. EA Sports is here in Maitland for tonight's running of the Dodge Dealers 400. The venue is different, but the racing is sure to be good old-fashioned NASCAR Nextel Cup style as these drivers take on the tricky Dodge Raceway Stadium. This venue is truly amazing. A racetrack within the confines of a football stadium? One thing's for sure, the fans in attendance are in for a real treat. Hello race fans and welcome to Maitland, Florida for tonight's race. It's time once again for NASCAR Busch Series racing under the lights as Dodge Raceway Stadium is proud to present the running of the Dodge Motorsports 300. It's short track racing at its finest as these drivers make some final preparations and climb into their cars. The race is only minutes away. EA Sports is proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of tonight's race. We're ready for NASCAR Busch Series racing in the Dodge Motorsports 300 from the Sunshine State. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to Dodge Raceway Stadium in Maitland, Florida, as 43 of NASCAR's finest get set to tear it up here tonight. The fans are on their feet because it's race time here at the Dodge Raceway Stadium. Tonight, the NASCAR Busch Series makes a stop in the city of Maitland for the running of tonight's event from the Dodge Raceway Stadium. EA Sports is proud to bring you all the action as these drivers prepare to fire their engines and get this race underway. Tonight's event is just moments away. Enjoy the show from the Sunshine State. Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to Maitland, Florida for tonight's running of the Dodge Performance 250 from Dodge Raceway Stadium. It'll be nip and tuck all the way as these NASCAR Craftsman truck drivers battle for position throughout the race. We're only minutes away from green flag racing at this challenging short track. NASCAR is well known for intense short track racing, and that's exactly what we have in store for you tonight as the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series makes a stop at the Dodge Raceway Stadium. EA Sports welcomes you to this year's running of the Dodge Performance 250. We're set for big-time racing action here at DRS. Tonight, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series gets set to take on one of the most challenging and unique tracks in racing today. The Dodge Raceway Stadium in Maitland, Florida is the site for tonight's event as EA Sports brings you flag-to-flag coverage of all the racing action. The thrills and spills of truck racing are next. Ladies and gentlemen, EA Sports welcomes you to Maitland, Florida for the running of the Dodge Racing 150. Thanks for joining us as Dodge Raceway Stadium continues to bring you some of the most exciting short track racing from the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series. We're just moments away from the start of tonight's race. EA Sports and the Dodge Raceway Stadium would like to welcome you to tonight's running of the Grab Life by the Horns 150. Considered one of the toughest short tracks on the modified circuit, DRS has been the site for some of the most exciting finishes ever seen. We're ready to kick off the events tonight right here in the city of Maitland. EA Sports welcomes you to Maitland, Florida. This race features some of the most talented drivers from the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series racing on one of the toughest short tracks in the country. Get ready, we're just moments away from the start of all the action at Dodge Raceway Stadium. Welcome to today's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. EA Sports is proud to be here as these drivers get set to tackle a track where they don't have much experience. The three unique turns are sure to offer up a challenge for all these drivers. Let's see how things shake out. We're just about ready for the drop of the green flag. Today, the Nextel Cup Series makes an unusual stop at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. These drivers are skilled, but anytime these guys come to a track where they don't normally race, we always see some fireworks. This should be no different. Nextel Cup action is coming up. The green flag is just moments away. The Levi Strauss Signature Speedway is a unique short track which offers up three challenging turns. Today, the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series rolls into town to try and conquer these tricky turns with their high-powered machines. We're sure to see some sparks fly in this one, as EA Sports is proud to bring you the Levi Strauss Signature 400. Welcome to the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway for the running of this year's Coyote Run 250. These NASCAR Busch Series drivers have been looking forward to this one all week. Shaped similar to a small Pocono, the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway provides one of the best venues for race fans to see all the action. EA Sports thanks you for joining us once again. Let's get ready to go racing. Hello, race fans, and welcome to the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway for exciting NASCAR Busch Series racing. We're only minutes away from the start of the race. The drivers are getting ready, preparing to take on one of the most exciting tracks on the circuit. It's shaped like a triangle and provides a unique experience for both driver and race fan. Now get ready. We're set to bring you the start of today's race. Hello, race fans, and welcome to the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway in beautiful Clearfield, Pennsylvania. It's time once again for NASCAR Craftsman Truck Racing as Levi Strauss is proud to present this year's running of the Treasure Lake 200. This is a unique track that presents several challenges to the drivers. Get ready, we're just moments away from the green flag. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing is coming to you live from the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway as EA Sports is set to bring you the Treasure Lake 200. Some of NASCAR's biggest names are here, and they'll be going door to door with some of the sport's rising young stars. The action is just moments away. The Levi Strauss Signature Speedway is a short track which offers up three unique turns. Today, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series rolls into town to try and conquer these tricky turns with their 700 horsepower machines. We're sure to see some sparks fly. We're just about set to wave the green flag. EA Sports is proud to bring you NASCAR racing short track style. EA Sports and the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway would like to welcome you to today's race. Some of the best drivers of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series are here in Clearfield. We're expecting this one to go right down to the wire. Get ready, the green flag is only moments away. It's that time once again, race fans. We're only moments away from the start of the Steel Mill 100. EA Sports and the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway are proud to present continuing NASCAR Whelen Modified Series action. The Steel Mill 100 is considered one of the best races on the circuit. We'll see who walks away the winner today. EA Sports is coming to you live from the Mr. Clean Speedway to bring you all of tonight's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series action. It should be a good one here for the Auto Drive Pro Series 400. It's not too often that you see these powerful cars flying through the tropics of Hawaii. This should make for some exciting racing. Aloha! We're here in beautiful Hawaii at the Mr. Clean Speedway for NASCAR Nextel Cup action. The scenery is as tropical as it gets surrounding the track, but don't tell that to these drivers. The only thing on their mind right now is winning this race. I can't wait for this one to get started. When you think NASCAR, Hawaii is not the first thing to pop into your head, but that's where we're at today. We're at the Mr. Clean Speedway for what should be an exciting NASCAR Busch Series race, and we're just moments away from the start of all the action. Live from beautiful Hawaii, EA Sports presents NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing. In this tropical paradise, an intense event is about to take place at the Mr. Clean Speedway, and the green flag action is just around the corner. Nobody goes to Hawaii to work, except these guys. We're live at the Mr. Clean Speedway for an exciting NASCAR Whelen Modified race. These drivers are all looking to make history today, but only one will come out on top. Who's it going to be? Stay tuned because the green flag is just moments away. How do you stay cool at 180 miles per hour? We're about to find out at the Old Spice Speedway as the stars of NASCAR pay a visit to the state-of-the-art road course here in Wisconsin. High endurance will be the call of the day as 43 drivers are set to battle it out on this winding track. EA Sports is ready to bring you the green flag from scenic Door County. The stars of NASCAR get set to go racing at this state-of-the-art road course in America's Dairyland. EA Sports is proud to bring you the Old Spice 500 for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. We're at Old Spice Speedway, a technical road course sure to offer quite a challenge to all 43 drivers this afternoon as we get set to do battle on the bay. We're just moments away from exciting Nextel Cup racing. Hello race fans, EA Sports welcomes you to the Old Spice Speedway for the running of today's Ice Shanty 300. We're in store for plenty of road course action as these NASCAR Busch Series drivers are ready to get going on one of the newest tracks on the circuit. The field includes some of NASCAR's biggest stars and brightest prospects. The start of the race is just moments away. Hello race fans, EA Sports thanks you for joining us for today's running of the Dairyland 350. The Old Spice Speedway is proud to bring you NASCAR Busch Series racing in sunny Door County. We're only minutes away from the start of the exciting road course racing action. Now we take you trackside for the command. Hello race fans, EA Sports welcomes you to today's race here in America's Dairyland. On the schedule today is NASCAR Busch Series racing here at the Old Spice Speedway as these drivers prepare to take on this short yet difficult road course. We're only minutes away from the start of the action. The green flag is coming up next. EA Sports welcomes you to Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin for today's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series event. It's road course racing at its finest. Truck Series veterans as well as some developing young prospects will take part in this one, and we're set to get this event underway. Green flag action from America's Dairyland is next. Good afternoon, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to the Old Spice Speedway for the running of this year's Cheese Wheel 200. It's road course racing at its finest as these NASCAR Craftsman truck drivers prepare to take on this challenging road course. The start of the race is moments away. Let's take you trackside for all the action. Good afternoon, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to the Old Spice Speedway for the running of this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series event. Look for some aggressive racing out there as these drivers battle it out on this short and challenging state-of-the-art road course. The race is just about to begin. EA Sports welcomes you to today's running of the Door County 150 at the Old Spice Speedway. A favorite among these NASCAR Whelen Modified Series drivers, this track combines high speed with the excitement of road course driving. It's sure to be a great one, race fans. The start is just moments away. The Old Spice Speedway is proud to present today's running of the Cherry Blossom 100. Considered a driver and fan favorite, this track provides the backdrop for one of the most anticipated races of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Series season. EA Sports is proud to bring you the racing action, and the start is just moments away. Hello, race fans. EA Sports welcomes you to today's race. On the schedule is NASCAR Whelen Modified Series racing from the Old Spice Speedway. These drivers are all set to take on one of the most difficult courses on the circuit, where left and right turns are a factor. We're only minutes away from the start of the action here at the Old Spice Speedway. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series is in for an unusual treat as they get ready to go short track racing this evening at the UPS International Speedway. EA Sports is proud to bring you the Race the Truck 400. From a track these Nextel Cup drivers don't see too often. But we're talking about the best drivers in the world, so they should take to this little short track like a fish to water. The thrills and spills of Nextel Cup action are coming up next. Every once in a while, the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series makes a stop at a new track. That's the case this evening, as the stars of NASCAR get set to do battle on the short track at the UPS International Speedway. EA Sports brings you flag-to-flag coverage of this event. We're getting set to go green. Let's take you trackside to kick this one off. Hello, race fans, and welcome to the Switch Track 350 for the NASCAR Busch Series. The UPS International Speedway is proud to bring you all the action tonight as we present some of the best NASCAR racing of the year at this down-home short track. EA Sports brings you flag-to-flag coverage of tonight's event as we get set for the drop of the green flag. UPS International Speedway would like to welcome you to Farmington, Indiana for NASCAR Busch Series racing. It's a great evening for the action and track conditions are nearly perfect. This challenging half mile provides some of the best racing of the year. The cars are lined up on pit road and ready for action. We're just about to wave the green flag. EA Sports and the UPS International Speedway welcome you to tonight's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series event. It's short track racing at its finest, and it's a perfect evening for the event. Who will win the race for the checkered flag? We're about to find out. Trucks and short tracks, it's a recipe for great action. And that's what we have on tap for you tonight as the stars of the Craftsman Truck Series get ready to take on the UPS International Speedway. There's nothing these drivers love more than battling it out on the high banks of a local short track. They're on pit road ready for the command. So let's take you trackside and join the pre-race ceremonies. EA Sports is proud to welcome you to the UPS International Speedway for the running of the UPS 150. These NASCAR Whelen Modified Series drivers will be pushed to the limit as they compete on this grueling short track. A lot of up-and-coming drivers have made the trip to the Hoosier State to take part in this one, and the start of the race is just moments away. EA Sports and the UPS International Speedway welcome you to the running of the Hoosier 100. Bragging rights are on the line today as these NASCAR Whelen Modified Series drivers get ready to take on this great short track. Many NASCAR legends have made their mark here. Could a new star emerge tonight? We'll find out. We're just moments away from race time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's NASCAR Whelen Modified Series race at the UPS International Speedway. This challenging short track always provides fans with tons of action. Don't miss a moment. EA Sports brings you all the action from this one. We're only moments away from the start of tonight's race. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series comes to the Daytona International Speedway today. EA Sports is proud to be here live to give you a look at this unique race. This is going to be road course racing with a very large twist. These cars will be weaving their way through the infield before going up on the super speedway surface where they'll gain a ton of speed, then dive back down into the infield and do it all over again. EA Sports is in the infield of the Daytona International Speedway to bring you live coverage of today's NASCAR Nextel Cup racing action. When it comes to racing, Daytona has hosted everything you can think of, from cars to motorcycles and even go-karts, all of which use the infield road course from time to time. We're in for a real treat today as the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series gets set to drive this unusual layout at Daytona. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series is at the Phoenix International Raceway for today's road course race. The track is already referred to as the world's fastest one-mile track. The fans in attendance are on the edge of their seats waiting to see what the infield course has in store for these guys. Look for plenty of contact in the turns, but these guys must take care of their car. That will be the key. EA Sports is here on the Infield Road Course at the Phoenix International Raceway for today's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series action. This race is sure to be an excellent test of driver skill. It's not necessarily going to be the fastest car, but the smoothest driver that gets the job done today. We're live from Talladega Superspeedway for tonight's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series road race. EA Sports is here to bring you all the racing action. The course is a great layout, and it's not often these guys make a right turn at Talladega. The fans are ready, and so is the field. Let's get set for the start of the race. From Talladega, Alabama, we're in the infield of the Talladega Superspeedway for tonight's race as EA Sports brings you live NASCAR Nextel Cup Series action. Boy, I spoke to some fans in the infield this morning, and all they can talk about is how exciting the action's going to be here tonight. They can't wait, and neither can we. This is going to be a great race. EA Sports is live at the Texas Motor Speedway for today's NASCAR Nextel Cup road racing action. The site is familiar to these guys, but the track is going to be something new for these Nextel Cup Series drivers. This is a great infield layout, and the fans in attendance have a right to be excited about this one. It's going to be a great race. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Devil's Canyon Speedway in Mesa, Arizona. EA Sports is proud to be here live to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of today's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series action. Well, these guys don't run on road courses very often, so just about anything can happen in this race. We're just about ready to get things underway. EA Sports welcomes you to the Tumbleweed 300, live from the Devil's Canyon Speedway in sunny Mesa, Arizona. These NASCAR drivers know how to adapt to tough racing conditions, but in today's race, they'll be facing some of the most intense conditions they've ever seen as they do battle in the desert. They live for a challenge like this, so we should see some serious racing out there today. EA Sports welcomes you to the Dockside International Raceway from San Bruno, California, for the running of the Fisherman's 349. To be successful on a road course, these NASCAR Nextel Cup drivers know you've got to have a feel for how your car is handling. This track offers up a unique layout, so feel and handling will be crucial in this one. Welcome to the Dockside International Raceway in San Bruno, California. EA Sports is proud to bring you live racing action for the stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. In road course racing, knowing when to bring your car to pit road can be the difference between finishing first and 41st, so remember that today. The drivers are getting set to fire their engines. Hello everyone, and welcome to the New York Metro Speedway in downtown New York City. EA Sports is live to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of tonight's race, the Rush Hour 350. These NASCAR Nextel Cup Series drivers know the sights and sounds of the big city can be quite distracting. They're going to have to stay focused on the business at hand and not get caught sightseeing tonight. EA Sports is coming to you live from the New York Metro Speedway to bring you all of tonight's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series action. Well, it's not too often that you see these powerful racing machines running through the most crowded city in the country. These drivers will have to keep their minds sharp and stay focused in order to avoid any trouble. This should make for some exciting racing tonight. EA Sports is live in Daytona Beach, Florida for tonight's race from the birthplace of speed. The lights are off at the Superspeedway tonight because these guys are going to be doing battle right out here on the streets surrounding the track. That's right, NASCAR racing action from Speedway Blvd is on tap as the fans file in and line the streets. Enjoy the race, this one could get crazy. When you think of the Daytona International Speedway, you think of the high banks, the restrictor plates, and driving under the front stretch seats? Well, not normally, but in tonight's event, the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series drivers will be tearing up the streets of Daytona Beach as they do battle around the outskirts of the Speedway. It's anyone's guess what will happen out there tonight as these 43 drivers strap themselves in for this one. The Wal-Mart Raceway here in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois is the site for today's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race. The Wal-Mart everyday low prices 400. As 43 of the world's greatest drivers are getting ready to tackle this challenging inner-city road course. The Wal-Mart Raceway here in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois is the site for today's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race. The Wal-Mart everyday low prices 400. As 43 of the world's greatest drivers are getting ready to tackle this challenging inner-city road course.